What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Make America Lit, back with another NBA 2K23 video. And in today's video, I'm bringing you guys another episode of Rare Builds. Now, as you can see on screen, in today's video, I'm bringing you guys a two-way face-up 5. Now, this is a crazy build. I think I've seen one person with this build in Park or like Rec or whatever like that. But I don't think I've seen this build a lot. This is definitely one of the more rare builds. You know, when we get into the build, you'll see why, because, you know, you're going to be playing at like a bit of a size disadvantage, but, you know, you will have an advantage over other centers and stuff like that. You know, you will be undersized, but let's just jump right into the build. Of course, you have to make this build at center position, otherwise you won't get the name. Handedness and jersey number don't matter. Height, we're going 6'8". I know 6'8" is really short. We haven't seen 6'8" centers since like what, 2K20 was when we seen like all the 6'8", 6'9" centers. Every now and then you'll still see the 6'8", 6'9" poppers and stuff like that, the glass cleaners in 22, but you don't really see the centers like that no more. But we are going 6'8", 215 pounds with a 7'1" wingspan. You know, body shape don't matter, but you know we like to go defined anyway. And then looking at our stats, these are going to be our attributes. We're looking at a 60 close shot, 70 driving layup with a 47 dunk and a 50 standing dunk, which I know is atrocious, but this build isn't gonna really be, you know, a down low build. I made you know, this build have a 70 layup and a 60 close shot just so that I'm not completely useless in the pick and roll. You know, that 70 layup and that 60 close shot will hold me down when it comes time to, you know, rolling off of the pick. But usually with this build, we're going to be picking and popper, hence the term you know, popper or whatever like that. You know, we're gonna have an 86 mid-range, so we'll be able to be lights out from mid-range. Then we have an 85 3-ball, so you see the badges that we're gonna have with that. We're gonna have Hall of Fame Midi Magician. We're gonna have Silver Limitless, so we can really sit, you know, hash and stretch the floor. Really bringing the center completely out the paint, because usually what you'll see is shooting bigs, they'll have like a 75 3-ball to an 83 ball. They won't have, you know, what you need to have Silver Limitless to really pull the center out the paint. So they would have to sit corner, and the center can still, you know, cheese over. You can still stand in between the paint and the three-point line. You know what I'm saying? Because the center is usually long enough and tall enough to still get that contest out on you. What this Silver Limitless range is going to do is just going to make the center be able to sit hash, which most centers are not sitting hash. Most centers are going to be sitting corner, you know, which is still enough to pull them out the paint for a late contest. But having this Silver Limitless range, you know what I'm saying, and this 85 3-ball means that your center will be able to sit on the hash, which means you will be pulling the center completely out the paint, because sitting hash, and you ain't going to be able to sit in between the three-point line and the paint. You're going to have to pick and choose. So they're going to either give up the 2 in the paint, or they're going to stay on the three-point line and contest you so they could get out to the hash mark. But they won't be able to do both, and that's why this badge, having this silver, is going to be very vital to this build. You're going to be able to pull the paint completely out the center, and your guards are going to be able to cook up and dunk. You know, your forwards are going to just be able to slash all day long when you're sitting on the hash. For my dudes who play Rec and Pro-Am like me, you know, we're going to rock with that 77 free throw. But of course, if you are a Park player, you can bring your free throw down to like a 63 or 64 or something like that, and put those badge points elsewhere. But me personally, I'm gonna put, excuse me, I said badge points, I'm in attribute points, but I'm gonna put those attribute points on my free throw because I do play Rec. Now, the only bad thing about this build is that we are gonna have a 60 pass accuracy, which is gonna be kind of awful, you know what I'm saying? But we'll make do with that. You know, this build isn't really gonna be, you know, distributing the ball and stuff like that. This build is really just going to be spotting up and playing defense, you know what I'm saying? So we got the 60 pass accuracy, then you see we got the 89 ball handle, which is fucking ridiculous for a center to have an 89 ball handle. You're not going to really see a lot of centers running around with an 89 ball handle, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Which is why I said we're going to have this advantage of being 6'8", because now we're going to be able to handle the ball, and you're going to see what comes with that 89 ball handle is going to be that gold unpluckable and gold vice grips, which means when we get those boards, we aren't going to be getting ripped and having the ball poke loose. And when we have the ball and hold the ball, we aren't going to be, you know, getting stripped as soon as we get a catch or whatever, or a rebound. And we'll be able to handle the ball because that 89 will have a gold unpluckable with an 89 rate, and people will be confused. And more importantly, we'll have Hall of Fame quick first step, which means that we will be able to beat people off the dribble. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have that gold clamp breaker. And keep in mind that, you know, we're still going to have the badge points that we get from flashback games, which will, if you select the motivator instead of trailblazer, you will get defensive and playmaking badge points instead of shooting and defensive. So you want to answer motivator every time, so you get playmaking and defensive badge points or whatever. And then when we do Sam's quest line, we'll get 4 extra badge points that we can put anywhere else. Those 4 badge points I would put straight onto the playmaking, so that we have enough, you know, the 4 to 5 playmaking that badges that we get from flashback games, plus the +4 that we're going to get from completing Sam's quest or whatever like that. We're going to have more than enough badge points to put into playmaking, where we can get clamp breaker, we'll get quick first step, we'll get unpluckable and vice grip. And if we do have badge points left over, we'll probably throw that into post playmaker, since we won't be able to get dimer because we only have a 60 pass accuracy. And post playmaker is basically dimer for big men. And you're going to really benefit from having this, because when you hold L2 with this gold unpluckable and the 89 ball handle, you aren't going to be getting ripped as much as a normal center would be getting ripped. You know what I'm saying? Then you look at the defensive side of things. We do have a 90 interior defense, so we're going to have that gold post lockdown. As you can see, we're going to have an 84 perimeter defense, so, you know, we're going to be able to have that challenger badge, silver. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have bronze clamps, you know, when we do need to get out on the perimeter and guard somebody. We're going to have a 90 steel, which I don't really see a lot of centers, again, running around with a 90 steel. But that's going to give us at least silver glove, and silver glove with a 90 steel is going to go stupid, especially when you realize most centers aren't going to be running around with gold unpluckable. Anytime your center has a matchup, they're going to try to bully you because you're 6'8", 215, but you have silver glove and a 90 steel, which means you're going to be ripping that shit from them every single time. They're not even going to be able to put you in a post-up animation, because as soon as you reach, you're going to be getting that steel. Then we're going to have a 70 block, which is going to give us that bronze anchor that we like desperately need, you know, when we do have to play some interior defense down low and stuff like that. And then, of course, a 90 offensive rebound and a 90 defensive rebound paired with this 80 speed and this 70 vertical means that on offense, we're going to be able to run down there and sneak and grab boards. And then on the defensive side of things, we're still going to be able to board up as well, too. You know, and then you look at it, we're still going to have gold box out beast and silver rebound chaser, which is definitely enough to box people out and grab those boards and stuff like that. Again, 80 speed, 65 acceleration, which means you're going to be faster than those 6'11s who only get like a 70 to a 74 speed. You're going to be way faster than the 7'1 centers and the 7-footers who barely get 70 speed depending on the weight that they chose and stuff like that. You're going to be way faster than the 7'3s, and then the 6'9s and 6'10s will probably be able to keep up with you just a little bit, but you'll still be able to burn them with an 80 speed, because they're not going to have an 80 speed at 6'10. You know, maybe 6'9 will be able to keep up with you, but the 6'10, 6'11s, you're still going to burn. Anything above 6'10, 6'11, you're going to burn easily. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, a 91 stamina for a final badge count of 5 finishing, 25 shooting, 11 playmaking, and 26 defensive. And then, of course, you have your choice between shot creating, spot up, playmaking, and glass take. I don't know why I have spot up and shot creating take. I would probably choose spot up and playmaking, or spot up and glass. Really spot up and glass, just because we're 6'8", we're going to have that height disadvantage. You want to know where the rebounds are going. And, of course, you'll see that we have created a two-way face-up 5 with shades of Ben Wallace, Bam Adebayo, and Anthony Davis. It's been your boy Make America Lit. Please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more NBA 2K23 content. I'm out.